Hello guys, welcome back to Tasca channel. Thank you for watching. I'm just gonna show you simply how to connect or how to install a new Delkevic exhaust system into a Kawasaki Vulcan S, which is my motorcycle. I will present that in a series of videos, so it'll be divided in different parts that I will be publishing every 2 or 3 days, so you don't get bored with one huge 1 hour video, 1 hour and 30-minute video. So stay tuned for every 2 or 3 days and you will see how a beginner like me can actually give tips to beginners like you on how to install things on your motorcycle. It's a simple procedure, but you have to be careful, of course, as I said, and watch every step that you take and do it carefully with a lot of love and a lot of care, and your Delkevic exhaust will sound great after you finish. So stay tuned and let's go for it. Let's go! Yay, hello! I just got this Delkevic exhaust system. We're just gonna do the unboxing first before we install it in my Kawasaki Vulcan. Yes! Alright, so see what we have here. Alright, this is the... oh, okay. That's an extra BB killer. I think it's bigger than the one comes in stock. Alright. Looks like this is the exhaust system. The muffler. This is the muffler. Alright, look at that. It's a 350 millimeter long length. Alright, so we're going to put it in here. Alright, with the thing in here, I don't know what this is for. There's a little screw here. Don't better not lose it. Okay. Oops, we don't want to break anything. Okay, now what else do we have? Oh, here, some stickers. Okay, I have some silicone exhaust sealant. Okay, this is for the gaskets and everything. Alright. Good deal. What else? Oh, I have the holder to hold the muffler in place. What else? I have some instruction booklet. Okay. What else? No, yeah, and this is the... okay. And there's the tubes. Put it in here. This is the tubes. Okay. The scissors out here. Okay. So the tubes. Be careful. Okay. Alright, so tubes, and I think also beginning with the different things. Okay, I got that big knob, spacers, and of course I have some gaskets that will go here, I guess. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so and this is the... oh, that's for the O2 sensor. Alright, so this can put it here aside. Don't break anything. Okay. I have the muffler, the tubes, the tools, and the DB killer for later on. And the holder that holds in here in place. Okay, so let's go and try to install this baby. With my helper. It's gonna help me out with changing the exhaust. So today we're gonna try to change the stock exchange with the Delkevic exhaust. Okay,
so all the work is going to be done in this part. Alright, this is the Kawasaki Vulcan S, and change the exhaust to a Delkevic, see if we can do it. That's a great challenge for us. Okay, that's how the stock exhaust sounds. So this is the first step. We're gonna uncover this cover over here. You have 4 screws that you need a 3mm Allen key. So let's remove this. Let's remove this one. One tight first. Okay. So step 1, remove the cover. All right. Okay, there you go. Easy peasy. Okay, the first step is easy. We'll see what happens with the other ones. I'm kind of nervous. Never done this before, so I just watched some videos in YouTube. It looks like they're okay. I'll look at the instructions, I'll talk to some people, and it seems like it's feasible to do it. So little by little, we have to be careful when we mess around with the bike. Okay, so first step. The second step is to remove this cover. Now for that is we have to remove this bolt over here and this bolt over here, and that requires a 10mm socket, which is what we have. Okay, so let's put it in the tool, the screwdriver here. Okay, be careful we don't lose the washers and the bolts, okay, when we remove them. Okay, that's one, and the second one here. All right. Careful with the washer. Okay, second one out. Now we can remove, we have to apply some pressure. Alright, because as you can see, this cover has 3 plastic knobs that go here, 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so this is removed. The third step, as you can see, this is the O2 sensor here that's connected to the exhaust. It goes all the way here. This is very tight, so the best thing to do is to disconnect the O2 and then take this out. Now this is a little tricky because it has a special release mechanism. Here inside there is leverage that with a screwdriver, see, with a flat head, you stick inside, you press upwards. See if you can see it here, upwards. See here, up, and then carefully, and see, yes, unconnected. So it's unconnected. Now the second thing is, it's also this thing we have to, as you can see, okay, as you can see, is stuck in there. You cannot actually remove and throw it up, move it up. So because the thing is, it has also a little leverage inside, so that you need also a flat head. And then what you do, let's see if I can actually show it properly, is here is move it backwards, here move it backwards, and then there you go, and it's all removed. Now, okay, the fourth step is to remove this knob over here, because this, as you can see, it holds the O2 sensor cable. So for later on, if we disconnect this, when we extract the muffler, the cable will be loose. and we don't break it. So let's see. Oh man. So this is a 10mm. Okay. Let's do this properly. Wait, no, not this one. Not this one. Sorry, guys. This one. Okay, now. Alright, be careful with the... Here it is. So we take this thing off and then we'll connect it later on. Okay. So we don't lose this thing. And little by little we take this cable here. Careful we don't break it. Always careful when you do things. There you go. Yeah, so this is out. All right. Fourth. Okay, the fifth step is to loosen these bolts over here. Okay, they have 4 bolts in there. These are the headers. So we're gonna remove. So the first thing we're gonna do is take an old cloth and put it here so we don't scratch any parts. Yeah. Okay, there you go, over to the frame rail here. All right, so then now to loosen these things we need a 12mm socket, which is already 12mm, and a long extender. Okay, so let's see. All right, so this is the first one. Okay, well, first we're gonna loosen the bolts. There you go. Okay. We're not gonna take them out yet. Oops. Okay. All right. Second one here. Wait. Now the third one here. Okay. Hold on. Okay, loosen up this a little bit more. I'll pretty loose, see? Well, let's see. This one it is. This one not yet. This one is pretty loose. Yeah, I can take it in my hand. So this is tight. This one a little longer, a little more. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now the fourth one. This is gonna be a tough one because we have the water tank for the radiator. Oh, so let's see if I can actually loosen it up a little bit. Okay. Okay, here we don't see it. Okay. There you go. Okay. And be careful with these knobs because we don't want to lose them because we're going to use them for later. Okay, so let me see. How if I can actually get it there. Yep. Hold on. Let me take this off. Now we're gonna take the headers off. So okay, hold on. Okay. Is the bolt in there? Let me see. Yeah, the bolt is in there. Okay, we got one bolt. And the second one here. Okay, let me put this aside. Okay, opa, careful. Okay, so this comes out. And we want to see where this is, I don't know where the washer is. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do the same thing with the other bolt and take the headers. Okay. Okay. I think it got lost somewhere. Where did it go? Here. Oof, scare me. So you have to be careful. That's why we put the cloth in there. So here, let's put back again the cloth. These things are not easy, huh? Okay. Now, where is the... What? Gee? Where did you find the tool? So, we're just gonna remove the last bolt. Be careful with it. Okay.
I know.
Alright. Okay, fantastic. Alright, so the 5th step is complete. Alright. Alright, so the 6th step is to loosen this bolt to loosen up the muffler. So we're going to loosen up the bolt. We're not going to take it off completely yet. Alright, so be careful. Remember, be careful with the O2 sensor cable. For this you need a 14mm socket. You will require the extender because this part will avoid you to actually use the knob. So with the extender and the 14mm, there you go. And there's a bolt. Okay. We're not going to take the bolt completely out. See, as you can see, it starts to shake. So be careful because we've never done this before. So we have to be careful with how far we can go. See now, the part at the bottom here is loosened up. See, so okay. All right. So be careful because probably the bolt is in here. Alright, so the 6th part is complete. Okay, so the 7th step is to completely remove the muffler. As you can see, I have put a cardboard board underneath it, so when it comes out, it doesn't scratch, it doesn't break. And then when this comes out, we have the front part that will come out as well. That's why I put the cloth in there, the old cloth, so it doesn't scratch or anything. So we have to be careful here. We put our hands underneath the muffler and we'll try to remove the thing. Okay, the entire thing. Let's see, actually. Okay, whether this is easy or not. Okay, okay. The best thing to do is, yeah. Okay, it's a long thing, so be careful. You have to be patient. A little stump is coming out now. I see. It's coming out, it's coming out. All right. Okay. Fantastic. Look at that. What a piece of muffler. This is heavy. This is really heavy duty stuff. So, okay, hold on. I'll show you. All right, look at that. It's a heavy duty thing. All right, so the 8th, I think it's the 8th step, is to be sure to remove the O2 sensor. Be careful with this thing. These things are expensive, so when we remove it, we have to be careful. I'm gonna use a 17-inch wrench to loosen the bolt here. And another thing you have to be careful is do not stick your dirty hands, or wash them first, into the O2 sensor. Okay, so I have prepared a bag here, so when I remove it, I'll place it in here. It's a clean bag with the rest of the stuff, so we don't break it. So here, let's see. Okay, all right, so okay, see, this sends the O2 into the oxygen or the gas that comes out into here and tells the computer how much air is coming out and all that kind of stuff. So just gonna put it here. In the meantime, make sure it stays safe and it stays clean. Okay. Okay, so in the meantime, there you go, safe. All right, so the removal is done. All right, so this is the summary of the first stage of the muffler changer. This is the removal of the exhaust, the stock exhaust. As you can see, this is a piece of beast. Look at how big it is. Look at the muffler, it's so big. And the tubes are so big, they are so heavy. So this is really heavy stuff, heavy duty stuff. So when we place the new one, at least we'll gain some weight trim, and the bike will be lighter, at least. All right, so just look at the huge thing. And there is the bike without this exhaust. I was tempted to turn it on, but probably makes a lot of noise, so I'm not gonna do that for you guys. All right, so this is the first step. Now we'll go back to the second phase, which will be installing the Delkevic exhaust. That'll be a challenge as well. So it's time to install the Delkevic. Okay, the first step is to connect or to install the tubes. The first thing we're gonna do, the Delkevic came with two gaskets, so that goes into the header pipes. So we'll install these two headers, these two gaskets with the sealant over here. So you can see here the two header pipes, the two header holes, if you want to call them. So what we're gonna do with this cloth at first is to clean them a little bit. Just make sure you remove all the dirt, say some dirt out of it, all the screws. Okay, make sure it's clean. Okay, now the next step, of course, is to place these gaskets in here. All right, now we're gonna use this sealant over here. It came up also with the pipe, with the exhaust, and these are the gaskets. So see if it works. So we're gonna take a piece of some. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put it around here somewhere. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay, so be careful, Pepe. What are you doing? Thank you. I have my helper, and then we're gonna put some also in the gasket here. Okay. There you go. Okay. So now let's place it inside. There. See if it stuck in there. Yes, that's great. Fantastic. There you go. Now, let's take some. In some videos they say you don't need it, but since he came out with it, just place it. And if it doesn't work, we'll disinstall and disinstall those things. But I mean, if we have them, let's place them right. Okay. Let's take the other gasket and do the same thing. Just take some gasket sealant there and just place it in there. Opa, sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. And let's put it in there. Okay, fantastic. Okay, great. So we have the first step of the installation done. Second step of the installation, hopefully will go well, is to install the headers, the header tubes, the tube So the longer pipe, see there's two distances. The longer pipe, which is this one, goes on the right side, and the shorter one goes in the left side. Actually, there's no mistake because there's only one way the Delkevic can go. So this thing will go inside like this. Okay, so now first thing we're gonna do is try to place that in there. Okay, right, and now we'll try to install the hold on. A ver, quita la mano, quita. Okay, all right. Okay, so okay, hold on. Thank you, guy. Oh, this is tough. Okay, let's see how we're gonna do this. I guess it has to be patience. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Oh man. Let's put this one first. Okay, hold on. Here, I can tell you how to do it.
Agarra. Ahí, perfecto.
Okay. Alright, so the problem is how to install this baby without. Okay, so let's get the extender.
Venga.
Carefully, slowly. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. It's not going through.
No, porque...
No, it's not going through. Okay.
Ay.
A ver. Can you move the gasket inside, please?
Okay.
The one, that one. Move it. Yeah.
Me estoy enganchando.
No, a ver si ahora engancha. Okay, there you go. Whew. Hard. Okay, boys, this is hard, guys. Okay. Now, let's try to put this one on. Okay. Let's put this one in the extender. It doesn't reach it. A ver, espera. I think the gasket here that we put in there, we have to remove it because it's not actually reaching this one this way. Right? See, it doesn't have enough. See, it doesn't have enough to hold it. Maybe. Okay, hold on. Maybe if I'm lucky. It's not. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I believe this is a failure installation. This second step, I guess the gaskets are too thick and cannot go. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna repeat the installation. Okay, so we're gonna remove those gaskets. Pliers. Okay. All right, so as you could see, I wasn't able to connect to install the headers, mainly because these gaskets are too thick and the space between these things weren't too long, so I couldn't fit them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna remove the gaskets. Okay, 1 and 2. All right, and try to install this again. This is the extender. This is one of the knobs in there out of these 4. So let's try to install it. Okay. Okay. Hold on, Pepe. There you go. So grab one. Thank you. Okay. This is harder than I thought it was. In the videos that I see, they don't have so much difficulty. There you go. Okay, so let's go. It didn't go. Hold on. Alright. A ver, cuidado with your hand. There you go. Okay. One is installed. Great. Let's install the next header. Okay, let's see if we are lucky and we're able to. Okay. I think we got another one, I think. Yeah, okay. Don't screw too hard. Okay. Let's try to push this one now. Okay. Alright. Okay. Now the last one. Okay, so seems like they're not tight. Okay, we're gonna loosen them up a little bit just in case because we need some. Okay, there. This is kind of loose, and this one as well. We're gonna loosen up a little bit. There you go. Okay, so as you can see, they're loosened up, so we can actually install the rest of the pipe. All right. Hopefully it works and there are no leaks. All right, so after placing the headers, as you can see, they're still loose because we need to install the entire thing. I think I made a little mistake because I should place the O2 sensor beforehand, but anyway, I just untightening this knob covering the O2 sensor bolt, so I'm just gonna remove that. Okay, take the washer because this is a new washer. All right, now this is the O2 sensor. Just blow it a little bit so it's clean. Now the thing is, this is kind of sensitive thing, so it's kind of hard because I've never done it before anyway. So I'm just gonna place the O2 sensor because this is kind of, the tube is a little uncomfortable to place it here, so you have to be careful. Okay, seems like it's straight. Okay, all right, so okay, so make sure. Okay, both hands. This is gonna be a little difficult, I believe. Okay, I'll have to go slow, little by little. There you go. Don't try to overstress the cables. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay. Seems like it's going okay. Alright. Let's make sure cable is fine. Okay, so now let's tighten up with the wrench all the way down so there's no leaks. Okay, these things you have to be patient, slow. Okay. All right. Okay, it's tight. Okay, great. So this thing, make sure this thing will go here, over here, and it will connect here later. I'm not gonna connect it now because we have to place this thing sooner or later, right? Later on. So we're just gonna get this loose because we need to install the tube. All right. So, but the other two sensors seems like it's okay. It's placed okay. All right. So this is done. Alright, so now it's time to place the muffler. Okay, just discovered earlier, sorry, that these joints over here were too tight, so I couldn't place it inside, so I have to open them up with a screwdriver. I have to leverage here and open the connections here. Those are the tricks that you learn. So anyway, hopefully that will work. And before you place the thing, place the muffler, this thing, which is a ring, pressure ring, you will have to go inside here. So I'm just gonna put it in here, okay, or here, okay. All right. So for that, to tighten that up, you need a Allen key number 5. So let me loosen it up a little bit. So oops. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that. So those are the things that you learn when you haven't done these things before. So okay, all right, let me tighten up a little bit. Okay, so okay, there it is. Okay, so let's place it. See if I can actually do it. This has to go outside. See, there you go. Okay, see, now it goes inside. Okay. Now I don't know if it has to go all the way down or not. That's the problem. I'm just gonna try a little bit more. Okay. Be careful with that. Okay, seems like this thing is much as you can go. Okay, so this thing, I'm gonna tighten it here. We'll tighten this up later. How is it looking, Pepe? It looks straight. See, this will go up here. Okay, how does it look? Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so the next step, I guess, is with this big knob. Okay, which is has a big thing, big washer, small washer, and a screw here, and a knob, sorry, another washer. Probably this will go here. So the thing we're gonna do, and now we have this ring here. Okay, so we're just gonna take the stickers out a little bit. It says S. I don't know what S means, but I guess that's, you put it here like this. Okay. I have to hold it that way. So I don't know if this big thing has to go here. Let's see. Let's test this thing. I think if I go this way, okay, the thing is, we'll have to find out. Okay, it's outside the other way. Okay, great. Let's put the washer in and put the knob, hopefully without dropping the washer. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now I guess we have to tighten that up. So okay, so let's find out the next step, which is to tighten in place, ready to be tightened up. However, I've seen there is a little issue here. I think it's too close to the braking cable, so I'm gonna try to move this back outside. And the other thing is the connection between the muffler and the tube. I'm gonna try to stick it more in here. With heard that with the UV40 WD40, it helps out the insertion of the muffler into the tube. So since we have to always double check what our work, the first thing we're gonna do, of course, is to gonna take the muffler out and see if we can fix it a little bit. Okay. Oh, okay, hold on. The thing is, and tighten this thing with the wrench, 40mm socket. There you go. Okay. It's untightened. Okay. So. Okay, we have a knob at the back, so this with the wrench. There you go. And make sure with the arm you're holding the muffler, and also you can see there is, I put some bubble wrap underneath, so just in case I made a mistake and it drops. Okay. Okay, so we have the knob at the back loose, the washer and the big washer. Okay, so we go washer, big washer, knob, and the little washer. So it's gonna put this aside so we don't lose it. And we're gonna take the muffler out. There you go. Just be careful we don't scratch the muffler. And see if we can take this off. Okay, hold up. Okay. All right. So, as I was saying before, this thing was really tight. Yeah, this was really tight. So, what I did was with a screwdriver I showed you yesterday to try to open it up so we can stick it in here. I don't know how far this is. Okay, there's a knob in here. So we're gonna try to go all the way down here with the knob. Okay, this is the knob holding the DB killer. So we're gonna try to put as much as possible in here. I don't know how the problem is I didn't take a ruler, So a good idea is to measure how long the edge to the knob will be, so you know how far you can stick it. So anyway, just in case, I'm just gonna take a little bit of UV40 here. Okay, just put it around. All right, stick it somewhere in there as well. Okay, I'll see if that does it. It's easy peasy here. Just take a cloth, clean your hands, and try to stick it in there. Okay, hold on. Take this out of here like this. Okay. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Then it went all the way. I think I felt the thing touching it, and it's much better. See, look at the top. Is actually it was close to here. Now it's far inside. So I think we have done a good job with the WD-40 to stick it in there. I'm gonna wash it a little bit. Okay, now. So the second step of this thing is to hold the muffler into the bike. Hold the muffler into the bike. We have what do you call this? I don't know how to call this. C clamp. I guess yes, that's a C clamp because it's like a C. And then actually, I found out that it comes the kit, the Delkevic kit comes with this rubber thing. I didn't know what it was until I found out actually you have to place it inside the C-clamp so it can actually press the tube in here and do the proper pressure. Alright, so I haven't shown it to you, but since I have placed the C-clamp with the rubber plastic underneath, and I placed the kit also comes with a big washer here. Okay, there's a big washer there. So I'll try to make sure that the muffler is away from the bike as much as possible, right? As far as away from all the bicycle components as much as possible. So anyway, with this big washer here, it'll give you some space to do that. And this is kind of a hard part to do because this thing is really elastic. You have to push it right, and then make sure, okay, that the screw comes out the other way. Okay, I think I got it. It's tight a little bit. So now with a 13mm wrench, we will hold the knob behind it, and then with the 40mm wrench here we will tighten it up. Okay, so okay, pretty tight now. Okay, so you see, as you can see, the rubber is making its pressure down into the muffler, and it's holding the muffler in place. See, now it's pretty nice and tight. So I'm just gonna make sure it's tight enough. I'm just gonna tighten it from the other side. Okay. you can see my hand there with the wrench. Okay. All right, looks pretty nice, pretty tight. All right. So this step is done. The other point right now is the next step is to tighten up the connection between the muffler and the tube. As you can see, there's another C-clamp in here that we placed before we inserted the muffler, and we're gonna put it on top of here. See, this is here, so we're gonna put it in top so it covers the junction, and we're gonna tighten it up with the 5mm Allen key. So you see, and here we have to make sure it's pretty tight, so we make sure it's air tight, so we avoid any gas leak, you know, any fume leak, or any exhaust leak, whatever you want to call it. So okay, all right, okay, okay, I think I cannot go anymore, so it's pretty tight, I guess. There you go. Make sure it's tight. All right, so it's tied up there pretty much. Go around it. Okay, just make sure it doesn't go backwards, forward, oh, upside down. There you go. It doesn't move. So I believe we have airtight C-clamp in there. Okay, look. So all right, guys. So this is, I believe, is one of the last steps, is to tighten up the header bolts over here with my 12mm wrench. This is delicate because we don't know if we place enough sealant or gasket sealant inside. We have to tighten the bolts pretty much to make it airtight. At the end, we'll have to check for air leaks in here to make sure that there are no leaks at all. Okay, so hopefully we've done a good job. We're gonna tighten as much as possible. The knobs first, we'll do it normally with the wrench and by hand. Okay. All right, that's one. That's another one. And the last one, which is the most difficult one, with the extender. This extender is pretty nice because it's pretty long. Okay, so now with the wrench, we're gonna make sure that we tighten the thing the other way. Okay. No, I think it's the other way. I don't want to loosen it up. Okay. Okay. There you go. Here we have to be patient. Okay, make sure the other one also is tight. Okay. Okay. Let's do it again. This one seems like it's a little loose still. You can go more. Okay. We don't want to break the knobs, of course, so we have to be careful when we apply force. I think it's pretty tight, the first one, so let's do the left one. Okay. Ah, man, I'm tired. This is a kind of a tiring job, but it has to be done. There you go. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay, I think it's pretty much. I cannot go too much more in that one. And tight this one again. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's double check. Okay, it's pretty tight. And this one as well. Okay, it's pretty tight. So hopefully that's tight enough. Hey guys, they are not moving. Okay, they're pretty tight in there. Okay, they're not moving at all. Okay, just be careful we don't drop the bike, we tilt the bike. We don't want to do that. Okay, so I believe that is... Okay, so the next step is to reconnect the O2 sensor. Don't forget this. Okay, this is very important. And this is the last step before we try if we have any leaks in the exhaust. So make sure this is tight. We have shown you before how to tighten this up slowly and carefully. I think it's tight. Now remember that we have this piece to hold the cable. Be careful with this cable because it's kind of short, so don't try to force it. If you feel, don't do it, and just go backwards and do it again. We don't want to break this cable because these are very, very, very expensive. Not only expensive, but they are very hard to get. So imagine you break this cable, you won't be able to ride your motorcycle. So anyway, so just make sure it comes out properly. Cable holder, and the cable inside the cable holder, like that, like it was before. Make sure it goes right where it was, like that. I think this is the wrong way, so I think we got the wrong way. I think this goes this way. I think. Does it go this way? No. I had it before, so let me see how this thing goes. I think this goes this way. Right? Or did it go this way? How did it go, Pepe? Do you remember? No. Yeah, the other way around? This way? No. I mean, I think it goes this way. Yeah, it goes this way because then you have to put the holder in there, the cover. Okay, so let's put it here this way. Okay, make sure the cable goes around there properly. Okay, now we're going to take the screw, the bolt of the screw that came with it. It's a 10mm. Okay, so with the wrench, we just use the millimeter. We're gonna tighten it. Let's see. There you go. Now this thing in the upper part was actually on this holder here, so we're gonna place it in there again. There you go. And this thing goes inside. Get there. Okay. And make sure this thing goes there. Okay, so it seems like it's connected properly. Okay, so this is it. So everything is connected. The only thing left to do is to place the holder here and the cover, but we'll do that later once we try the air leaks. Okay. Okay, there's some air coming out of here. I believe that's the WD-40 stuff that is burning out, so probably we'll have to go right and see. And then I'll go right and I'll see if it still comes out. If it still come out, I'll have to take it out and put some gear gasket sealant. As I've shown you before, here there's no air coming out now. Here before there was a lot of air, smoke coming out of these header pipes. I guess it's because all the sealant and all the things that we put in there, like you know, to clean the pipes and so forth, so that was burning out. But there's no coming out anymore, so hopefully that's pretty airtight. Okay, so we're gonna finish up the process now. All right, we're gonna put the cover, and hopefully this is the most thing is to cover it up. The most sensitive. I think it's because of the liquid that we put in there, so the WD-40 stuff. So because everything else looks very nice and pretty nice. Okay, no problem. Okay, so left over to do is not too much. Just place the cover back. As I said, we have to watch for this air leak, see if there's the air leak or the WD-40 stuff coming in and burning out. We'll see. We'll test it later. So this is supposed to be easy. Okay, remember that goes in here, that one goes in there, and that one goes in there. So the only thing we need to do here is to find out the holes. Apply some pressure. Okay, that's one, that's two, and that's three. Everything is cleared up. All the cables are okay. And now we're gonna put the knobs, the screws. I think they are 10 millimeter. So with a 10 millimeter wrench. Okay. One is in there. We'll tie it up later. And the second one. This is a little harder, so deeper. So make sure. Okay, there you go. With this extender, if you have a long extender, it will help you out to do this job very, very much. Okay. Okay, it's tight. Okay, tight. Okay, great. And the last step is to place the cover with the 4 screws. Okay, one screw. Two screws. Okay, 3 screws. And 4 screws. Oh, that 4 there. I'll have to place it again. Okay. Okay. And 4 screws. Okay. And then we use the 3 millimeter Allen key to tighten them up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. So hold on. Let's make sure they're tight nicely. Don't over tighten them there and there. All right, guys, job done. We'll go for a ride, show you the noise, how the thing works. Fantastic tube, recommended exhaust, great sound, fantastic sound, as you could actually heard a few minutes ago. All right, the next step is to test it around and to make sure this WD-40 residue is burned out and is not, and hopefully there's not an air leak in there. All right,